Evening all, it's Monday. It wasn't much of a countdown there. I'm not quite sure why. StreamYard wouldn't go live. I was mashing the button vigorously, and it wouldn't go live. I don't know why. There we go. Welcome. It's Monday. It's season 7, episode 4 of the Plastic Crack Podcast. And just like rounding up cats, we're all here. All 4 of us are representing. So.
Blimey.
What do we represent?
4 idiots on a Monday night.
Without legal guidance, I wouldn't want to answer that question because we're not going down there. But yes, all 4 of us are here tonight. It's going to be just a bit of a laid back, not so serious, bit of a chill chat about nostalgia in the hobby. Why it's great, why it can be pretty crap. Should you revisit games from yesteryear? Probably not, but we'll have a bit of a chat about it. So as we're all here, run through. So Martin, Seventh Son up there.
Up there, hello. Up
there, over there, diagonally is Ken. Have you got a channel name now, Ken, or is it just
still 3D?
Okay. I don't work out.
Just Ken.
Just Ken.
The artist formerly known as Ken. Yeah.
You'll need a symbol next. Actually, don't go into that.
No, don't start that.
Don't. Then we got Boost with Tom and Steve, myself on Point HQ. How are we, chaps? We had our first break last week.
We did.
Yeah. Non-bank holiday break. It was.
I know.
Didn't know what to do with myself on a Monday. Did you?
Yeah, I bet you painted, didn't you?
I did actually.
I knew it.
I didn't. I was away all day at a meeting with work, and it meant traveling, and I was knackered when I got back, and I was with human beings, and I don't like being around human beings. So there we go.
I'm really surprised, Steve. You keep that so quiet that you don't like humans. It's really.
It makes me what he thinks about us. Like,
No, we're tolerable.
There are exceptions.
Bear in mind, he only sees us once a year, and the rest of the time it's down a computer, so we're safe. You see, that's what it is.
Yeah, I always come back ill though. I'm always ill from CrackCon. Always. It's 3 years in a run now. Lovely stuff. Don't forget, we are sponsored by Boards and Swords Hobbies. Use the code PCP5 when using the web store when you're checking out for an additional 5% off your already discounted order. If you can't find something, get in contact with Ian and the chaps at the store, and I'm pretty sure they'll be able to sort you out with whatever you desire, wargaming wise.
Yeah, thank you for adding.
I'm glad you added that caveat in.
Yeah, add that caveat at the end there. As always, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Leave comments. All our channels are down below. All that. All that malarkey. Right, let's have a look to see who's joined us. I imagine some people probably having withdrawal symptoms from last week. It must really fudge your Monday up that though. I mean, I was like, I'd forgotten about it. I genuinely thought.
No, I don't think so. I think we're computer-generated AI models. We haven't been here for 3 years. Just AI.
I'm definitely. We outsourced our images to an AI company. So.
Yeah.
And those guys at CrackCon, totally not us.
No, paid actors.
I was 2 people cunningly sellotaped together in a trench coat. Right. That's a mental image you'll never forget.
That is. I'm not going to lose that one for a while.
I just had Inspector Gadget in my head for some reason.
I know. That definitely sounds like something Inspector Gadget would do. Gundoer, here's a question. Do we all need flat caps and talk of the Yorkshire accent saying it when I were a lad? It would help.
Yep.
It would help.
Not compulsory, but you get bonus points if you do.
It's not compulsory. The last time we had 3 northern types on here, people were asking for subtitles.
I was asking for subtitles, and I was supposed to be hosting it. It was blooming impossible to understand what the hell was going on.
I was thankfully on holiday, but I believe I remember remember logging in with like really, really poor internet, and so even with like the stuttering internet, I still couldn't work out what the hell was going.
Who else here? Flesh Clouds, David Baker. Oh, hope you're feeling better, mate. He's recovering from a really bad dose of food poisoning.
Oh my goodness.
Oof. You're
Nasty.
feeling better. Nick Dawson. Trajanic freezing here and painting some more 1672 minutes as Danish. Gary Bramley, Lionheart. Oh, weather update from Paul. So in Mercia, it's glorious light has been cast across a shadowed land, basing gabions and barrels for me tonight.
Nice.
Rob Hobden, Mark Riding, Gunnar Priego, Carl Burks, Mark Hubert, Hobby Spot. Oh, Hobby Spot NZ. Okay, what was that? Hello, chaps. He's not so summer's day here in New Zealand. Got you guys set up at work today for work motivation. God, that's yeah. East Norfolk's evening all. Benjamin. Oh, everyone can relax. The real Steve is here. Howdy.
Real Steve's here.
Right.
Good.
Yes.
Yeah, we can begin.
We can begin. Martin Hoey, Nick Games, Lynn Havard, Trevor Hodgkins, Sam Rushmere. Oh, look at that. Sam is going to make some space weirdos, I think, tonight.
Oh, God.
Yes.
Did you pay for that, Steve,
Oh,
to
yes.
get that endorsement come in?
No, Sam does not sponsor my space weirdos content or recommendations.
Sure?
It's just good that other people are absolutely sure, 100% sure. Mort Circuit, it's crikey, Jones, minus 20. Not many mosquitoes. Yeah.
Ouch.
Bigger City, hello, Don. How are you doing well, mate? John Salby, Rich John, Mark Hartridge, BF6464B, working on some Necromunda stuff. Andy Starko, Mobile and Hostel. Mark Bro, he's magnetizing some UCM drop zone tonight. Fiddly little beasts. Yorkshire Gamer. Ken, good to see you. First in a while, Ken. No surprises. Building pike,
Ken,
never. Right. I would never have guessed that you were building pikemen, Ken. You do.
60 to a block.
60? That's skirmish. 160.
He's only doing a small block, obviously.
Yeah.
I actually think Ken's working on space weirdos as well. He just doesn't want to admit.
Quite weirdos.
Wargamer of Kent, Campbell, Johnny, Shackleton Spurs, that James, how you doing well, mate? David Kerr, Matt Wright, Nathan Fishwick, David Thu, Maury Horacy, Marcus Barkey, Marcus Bowen for 5048. We're some Imperial Guards, certainly nostalgic for me after a 15-year hiatus. Great to be doing some weird shit. Good stuff, Marcus. I highly approve of this. Steve Harbour, how you doing well, mate? Old Crazy Catman, Red Steph, DBC 330 for Damp Dairy. It's grass and flour tough tonight. Dan Moreno, how we doing well, mate? Carazette, William Meyer, paid some foot sergeants for the Barons War. I tell you what, the Barons War doesn't seem to be abating anytime soon. Everyone's working on it.
There's a lot coming. No, it's going to be interesting. There's a lot coming.
It's going to be it's going to be really good. Simon Stokes, Bill Dutton, Ewok Kebab. He's shaving badgers tonight. Yeah.
What?
Shaving.
No, I just missed that. What was that?
He's shaving flash off them.
Oh, right.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Thank goodness for that.
Just hope the RSPCL Peter's not watching. We could be in a bit of trouble. To John Shepherd, Lionheart. Wow, all four together. Yes, like I say, rounding up cats. Valley Boy NZ. Hello, morning off my sunny New Zealand. Walkabout Games. Double Dip, Major Clanger. Very dank Huddersfield. Working on version 2 Rapid Fire and his very first box of Perry French Napoleonics.
Welcome to the slippery slope.
Yeah. War gamers aren't human beings. No, we're all grown in a lab. We're all grown in a lab somewhere. Joseph Kananovitz, Bitsy Spalding, Krusty Colonel, Martin van der Linden, Cold Rotterdam, working on some guards for Traders Toll. Dictator, put big light on state now. I don't do light.
That costs money. I'll do that.
It's not that. I just don't. I mean, this place is so small. It's got hasn't got much natural light, and so I'm used to like it being like a dungeon, and really dark. And
I don't want to know about your dungeon.
I'm not painting a good picture.
No wonder you never leave.
Well, there we are.
Got stocks and all.
So there we are. A really weird way. I was not expecting, but there you go.
No,
Steve's dungeon.
My dungeon.
Steve's dungeon crawlers.
So big thanks to everyone who's joined us tonight. Where we're going to be having a bit of a chat about nostalgia. What have we all been working on? Let's start with Ken. We've been working on, mate.
Hello, mate. You all right? Yeah. Not too bad this week. Been doing some printing just to organise stuff up. I've got all my pens now out of their boxes, so I can actually easily just take them off the shelf. Look, there's a pen there. So it's quite nice. Just be able to nick a different colour and it just literally be there. So I've done that this week, but I'm working on some skeletons from I think it's 4th edition Fantasy Battle. Old school stuff. The plastic kit, but just over the, since I bought them, the person who packaged them up did not do a good job, so they went into bits. So I'm super gluing them back. Thank God I haven't got to do ankles.
I was going to say that was going to be my next question. Is our ankles and feet? No,
I've had to glue. To be fair, I've had one snapped it halfway down on the legs, so I've had to glue them back on to the legs, but they've glued pretty well. To be fair, they're not anything like that kit. And we can tell them anyway, because I was gonna get a load of those skeleton things, for the CrackCon bags, but they guys said no, we're not allowed to, because you'd probably beat us. So yeah,
I wouldn't inflict that kit upon anybody. I mean, saying that, once you get past the feet, it's not bad. It's just if you can cope with
it's just the wrist, then, isn't it?
Yeah. Well, I mean, they actually come with intact hands, which is always a good sign.
Oh, that's
yeah.
Steady on.
You're not going to attach separate ribs and vertebrae. That would be now if Rubicon made skeleton kits now.
that would be the skeleton kit.
No, this is like what I have to do at work, when we get them out on the table and stuff, right?
Yeah. just put the skeletons together, yeah.
Even the real ones are in less pieces.
Yeah. So yeah, that's me. I'm just doing that at the minute. I finished off been finishing off a lot of models recently, like base wise. I finished off a tree beard the other day. Just had a lot of stuff's just basing basically. So to get complete to put in the old cabinet behind. So yeah, it's not been too bad this week. I've actually managed to make a little bit of time, which is nice.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, good stuff. Ken, people are commenting that have you got a blur background on a filter on?
Oh yeah, I have. Sorry, I didn't realise.
No, but people were just a bit concerned that your room was travelling at a different speed than you were.
Yeah, I'm in a different dimension. Oh yeah, jeez.
You've always been in a different dimension. You have.
I better talk about that, haven't I? Jeez, Louise.
Oh yeah, you're barren.
Oh, here we go. So £22.50 it was. Where is it? So it turns out that it is it's Ottomans, isn't it? I believe that face the Crusaders. Is that right? The outer rim.
No.
No, go on. Who is it? I don't know.
It's just just Seljuks and Saracens.
Seljuks and Saracens. So I got. Where are we going? For people that are interested, they must be from a Kickstarter. OTR. Oh, God's sake, stupid.
Utrama, sorry.
Yeah, Utrama.
Yeah.
How do I get rid of that bloody thing? Oh, there it is. I don't know. There we go. So we got OTR 8. Just a couple of guys, cavalry. OTR 9 again. This one is anyone.
This isn't you starting an auction, is it, Ken?
No.
I was about to say, this is what it's
No.
All yours for £75.20. Going
OTR
one.
24. Oh my god. OTR 7. I'll try and speed this up a little bit. OTR 10.
No one knows what they are. Just say what.
I don't know what they are. They're
What's the
guys
point
with
in saying the codes?
OTR
What's the
6.
point?
There's some sort of, I don't know, dude with a spear. There you go.
Basically, you got all of the Saracen, the start, the kicks.
Yeah, that's
start,
it.
Yeah?
Yeah, and plus the dice. What's the mini? There's a bonus mini in there. There's 2 minis. I didn't even see that one. So you start.
Dude with a spear. That clearly narrows it down for us.
Yeah.
There's a guy with an axe, and there's a knight in here, which I have no idea who it is.
That'll be the Kickstarter exclusive ones. There's
look at that. So the Kickstarter exclusives as well. All for the grand total of £22.50.
which is madness.
How the hell do you do that, Ken? I am just extraordinary.
Vinted. I've told people a million times they're a bargain.
So I went. After he told us this, I downloaded Vinted. Didn't see anything on it. Deleted it.
I've been on Vinted a few times and literally nothing. And Ken goes on there and he finds somebody who's robbed somebody of their Ultramare figures and selling them for peanuts.
Yeah, they the thing is, people put them on there with the wrong names and stuff like that. So where I look at miniatures all the time, it looks for images of miniatures. Like there's some 6mm stuff on there if you like your 6mm at the minute. There's 6mm armies on there for like £50, fully painted, everything like that. So yeah, I'm just constantly looking out for bargains, and yeah, I was quite impressed. You know what? Do you know what? They were sat on there because you can see when they put them up, how many weeks ago. They've been sat on there for 7 weeks. No one's bought them. Nobody's bought them. So
somebody put it up on Vinted when you could put it on eBay and get about 15 times the price. I don't know. Bizarre.
I know. It's crazy. Oh, people are talking about Vinted now. What are they saying? Did you get any Barons War stuff yet? Awesome. I bought 10mm War Games United. Oh no, that's painting. Loads of 6mm stuff on there. If you like board game with events. Some people do.
I'll be honest. Ken, remember when you sent me that DVD? You got on Vinted.
Oh yeah.
Fortress with Christopher Lambert.
Yeah,
that was after I did like with Martin. I did browse it and I couldn't find anything at all that even remotely interested me. But is it one of those ones where you've really got to dig deep? You've got to really.
Yeah. Most people put it on. Most people wargaming stuff on there under Warhammer. So if you just type in Warhammer, all the wargaming stuff comes up. So it's just Warhammer on its own, but you have to filter through all the fantasy, the 40k, all that. I missed it by 2 minutes. I was fuming. There's a Conflict 47 army went on there day before yesterday, and I literally was going to the checkout and it said sold. It was one of their massive mechs and about 30 infantry for £12. 12 quid painted to a decent standard as well. I would say to a decent tabletop standard. I was fuming. I was like, it's not a happy chap. But yeah, £12. Bit of a bargain, isn't it?
That is. Were you going to keep it or sell it?
I'd probably kept that, to be fair, if it's painted like just for £12. You never know. It could always come in use for some weird stuff rules. Weird shit, I should say. Rules. So yeah. Yeah, I do. I've got to admit though, I'm a bit of a doom scroller when it comes to Vinted. Because I check it. I probably refresh it maybe 6-7 times a day. Because I always put newest first.
That's dedication.
That seems like a lot.
It is a lot. But I always catch the stuff when it goes live. So it's not on there very long and you can just snap it up cheap. That's what it's all about.
Good stuff. Yeah, so, Martin, what have you been up to?
Selling stuff on eBay, not Vinted.
Yeah, that's why I never go to eBay because it's too expensive.
eBay, so I can actually get some money. I sold my copy of the Star Wars role-playing game, right? The old, back when Wizards of the Coast had it, because I didn't really like it back then, and nostalgia didn't keep it with me. And I sold my copy. I just put it on there. I was like, I'll ask for 30 quid. It seems to be going all right. And the people with these two people fought like rats. Yeah, it went for 85 quid. Certainly, which I then spent on Aventine miniatures straight away. Obviously, you know, after our little conversation the other week about, you know, the free crossbowmen and, you know, which got revised.
Yeah, it did get revised, didn't it?
So for 70 quid from Aventine, I got two complete units. This is all in metal. So 2 complete units. I got the ones in the Greek helmets. The ones you like, Dom.
Nice.
So all done in the Greeks with full command.
Lovely.
I got it's described as an elite unit. They've kind of got they got like a sort of like a mix of different armors in there, but and they've also got the crested helmets, so they look cool. Full command. All of the little big men transfers to go with them. A Caesar command group, which I actually bought not because of Caesar, but because I like the models that come with it. The guards that he had, they kind of got these billowing cloaks, which I thought looked cool. And then I bought the Pompey command set, and I think I figured out that cost as much as one of those new units plus like one of the command packs. So yeah. So no, it's cool. Other stuff I've been doing. What have I been doing? I have been doing things. So miniature wise, so for the Barons War, I finished up a few things. So I finished up a unit of spearmen. So I just did eight spearmen. So these are the metals with all the lovely drilled hands that I did. But lovely.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. Have you got any tips?
Just get a decent pin vise and just
do it on a day when you're relatively happy, because if you're angry when you're doing it, you're only going to get worse.
I just make sure you line it up. So as soon as you've done the hand, just push the wire spear through it. I'm not a big fan of the cast weapons, like in air for any company really, with the exception of Aventine, because they all seem to be bendy.
Got you.
So I just use wire spears for them. So I painted these guys up. These were some fun, just some sacrificial spearmen to throw in. So I got a mix, even though they've got there's fully armored guys in there. I've got the unarmored ones as well. I just put together a little list today, just a 500 point list, and managed to fit loads in it, but just made them all like, green and irregular. So to have some like terrified spearmen. I also painted up this chap who's the outlawed noble, who I've actually I've dubbed the dreaded Hicks. I did send it. I did send it to him and tell him that we were chatting. I was like, "Here's Sir Hicks." I just wanted it does look a little bit like him. So I've done him. He'll either get used as just like a foot knight or something, or I'll use him as a sergeant at arms. So he gets you can have like a little sergeant running around, adding a command point. I quite like him. He's very cool. He was a lot of fun to paint. As you can see, Castle's getting some time on there. And then I thought I'd treat myself, and I painted up one of the War Machine miniatures that I bought. And I can't remember what this guy is called.
Big mech.
I don't know where my no, I'll do the mech thing last. So I did some different techniques. So this guy's for Kador guy, but he does have a minigun.
Pretty cool.
So I really enjoyed painting that. Really enjoyed it. I just did quite a lot of. Again, it's a chance to just do some different techniques that I wouldn't. Why would I ever be doing like glowing green stuff on historicals? So that was fun. So I did him. So on the backside, and I tried something new for the leather as well. I did some sort of secondary dry brushing and highlighting on it to try and give it a more distressed sort of look. But yeah, that's a lot of fun. And I just sort of weathered it up with plenty of dust and crud. But look, you can see the only thing that annoys me about this miniature, right, is I think it's an awesome mini, and I really like the shield, but I also don't like the shield because it's in the way of the mini. So it's, do you know what I mean? There's loads of detail under there. So, but you can get this sort of a view where he's poking his eyes through the through the little gap in his riot shield there. So yeah, lots of weathering, lots of stuff. I'm going to do one each of these as I as a sort of a little palette cleanser in between the severe amount of cavalry I seem to be painting at the minute. I don't know what's wrong with me. I've got so many.
You paint cavalry? That's not the
I'm painting,
though, isn't it?
No, it's not Napoleonics. It's Great Northern War Cavalry. So it's a step down from Napoleonic. So I don't hate it quite as much because there's not so many tassels. But I've got 6 dragoons here. I've got 6 dragoons there. I'm currently working on a painting video for the Baron's War, so I've got a couple of knights on the go there. Aventine, Aventine. My Caesar thing, I've got 12 mounted Gauls to paint. So I don't quite know why I've done that, but anyway. So anyway,
is it the horses you don't like, mate? Isn't it? Is it
with what?
The cavalry.
Among other things, yeah. I don't like horses. I just find they're really irritating to paint because there's just big flat areas of nothing, and it's I just don't enjoy it. And that's why I like ones like this in the good old horsey blankets. I love painting these. These are great.
Oh yeah,
these are brilliant. Because there's barely any horse. So that's great. Or if you do the Wars of the Roses 15th century stuff, Italian war stuff, they're just fully armored. So that's the right idea. The other stuff. And it's purely because of those bloody hussars. It was those hussars. It did me. That's why I kept on saying, and bless him, David. He painted up those dragoons for me and gave me some dragoons at CrackCon. Bless him. Which is like Haley was like, "Is that really? You're really, really happy about that?" I was like, "I know you have no idea how much this means that I don't have to paint up another unit of Napoleonic cavalry." Some mental reason I bought the Marmalukes that time.
Yes,
I was with Dom. I was like, "Oh, these miniatures look lovely," and then I realised I had to paint them. They are lovely, but they're
beautiful.
So many tassels. So many tassels. Anyway,
particularly like the one time you used them, I took them off your army, and they were absolutely devastating. They were brilliant.
Yes. And when I've used them, they've done absolutely nothing.
Absolutely diddly squat.
Absolutely nothing. The other thing I did, I played the first game of Guards of Traitor's Toll.
Nice.
There
That's
it is.
The first game you played. Wow.
Well, I did I've done some solo stuff with it, like just done myself through like some rounds and that. But no, my mate Kev came over and I just set that up, and there's half a St Albans on the table. You'll probably recognise. But apart from the dwarf statues, I got that. I got a free mantic sprue years ago, so I turned them all of skeletons. So I turned them into statues in my D&D games years ago. So all those mantic dwarf, any fantasy things, I just stuck them on corks and painted them grey. It was brilliant. It was so much fun. We were just doing a training mission where you're trying to find smuggled goods, and there's various crates. So you have to kind of guide your guys around to inspect the crates, and then you find out, there's someone who's protecting them. So of course he attacked me, clobbered me. Then another felon tried to like quickly run away, knocking over one of the old granny miniatures, so knocking her over, which made the crowd unhappy. So then we were fighting over who was going to be trying to arrest him, and then another one was trying to sneak away. It's really good fun. It's the whole cooperative but competitive thing, because if you're trying to arrest them, which I didn't realize from the solo plays because this didn't really come out, but say the 4 of us were playing a game, which is entirely possible, and you have like 4 guards each. As someone is if you say, Dom, your character goes to try and arrest someone and you muck it up, and then Steve tries to arrest him, because you're right next to him, you have to assist him, even though it's going to give him points. So if you're clever, you can do it in such a way that everyone else has had to go, and by the time you go to do it, they're all there and they're going to help you. It was brilliant fun. I'm really looking forward to it. So I am going to film a game of that soon. So that was a lot of fun. I've been filming other videos, as I've got bits and bobs on the go. So yeah, that's me. There you go.
Good stuff. Rather eclectic mix.
Yeah.
Dom, what have you been up to?
Well, I've had 2 weeks, so strap yourselves in, chaps.
I'll see you in an hour.
No, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, to be fair. So the 10 mil thing continues for me. Lots and lots of the little fellas been done. So there's some more English dismounted knights, men at arms, also a command base. I think it's a Pendragon command base. I think that one was.
Sure.
Yeah, which painted up. I just in a routine with these things, chucking these chaps out. For some reason, they just, I didn't enjoy doing 6mm, and sometimes the epic can be really annoying. But these 10mm, for some reason, I just seem to be able to bash them out, and I'm sort of rotating them in amongst other things, which is in the painting queue, and it just works nicely. So
have you done a Scottish flag there and an English flag?
No, it's not good. It's not crossed.
Sorry, no, I'm mental. Yeah.
It's not crossed.
No, of course not. Yeah.
That'd be daft.
Sorry,
I have got a Scottish army to do now, so that will be there at some point. Then these are some French knights. So I picked these up from Lancashire games. They're 10mm and they fit in really nicely, but they've got the horse barding. To your point, Martin, even at 10mm, the little horses are a pain in the arse, but doing them with the barding makes all the difference. Makes a lot
the horsey, absolutely. Horsey black. It's why in the Barons I'm not going to have any mounted sergeants. I'm just going to have really expensive knights.
Horsey blanded. That's it. Yeah, it's the way to do it. So they're really nice. I actually really enjoyed doing these. I've got a load more to do now, so they'll fit in. And I did a video on it separately, but there's the Pendragon and Lancashire Games 10mm fit in pretty well with the Wargames Atlantic plastic. So that's really allows you to expand the range quite a lot. So there's another case in point. The guys in the middle are Pendragon unarmored pikemen, I think they called them. So just basic spearmen, which I thought would be useful to add in. Allow some extra. I think I showed these bombards last time. So anyway, they're there. They're also, I think they're Lancashire, so they fit in quite well as well. So all works really, really well and allows you to, go beyond what you've got in terms of just, normally just longbowmen and men at arms or mounted knights and crossbowmen. So you can add a bit more if you build in these others. Talking about longbowmen, there's a load more longbowmen with their stakes in place. So as I say, just rattling through these fellas. And these are some more metals. So this is Hobilias, some light cavalry to go along with one army or the other, plus a rather ornate French command base at the back there, which I painted up, which been fun to do.
Any tips on? Assuming he's saying painting and not pissanting.
Not pissanting on them. No.
Any tips? Any tips? What have you picked up? What tips have you picked up?
So I actually followed the video that Peachy Tips did painting. He did a really good video showing off how to quickly paint up these fellas. And I follow that. So I undercoat in black, which is unusual for me. Then I sort of dry brush quite heavily with a brown, a lighter brown. In my case, I use khaki mostly. And then I just literally go in and do the faces, the hands that you can see, and a few pinpoints of color around the place. Give it a damn good wash with Nuln Oil, and then just pick back out the colors again afterwards. And it's dead simple, really, really quick and easy. He does a few more steps in his video, Peachy, but you'd expect that because he's a damn good painter. But I found that is good enough to get you, a unit like that sort of works. And by the time you've based them up and put some mud on the base and a few tufts around them and what have you, and a couple of flags, they're 10mm figures, for goodness sake. How much work are you going to put in on them? So I hope that helps, because that's basically what I did. I did also use one of the methods he uses with his knights, which I've tried and I've sort of fluctuated liking and not liking, is he undercoats with a plate mail color, just a spray can.
Yeah, I've seen people do that.
Yeah, which it works, but it makes the other colors a little bit harder to stick on, if you know what I mean. So I kind of I think I prefer the black undercoat and then dry brushed with the brown.
He's asking if you paint them on the sprue or on the base.
Yeah. So what I do is I go. I don't think I've got one around here, but I clip off most of the connection points apart from the base of the figures, and then I basically paint them on that. Then you've got something to hold on to. And I just find it really satisfying. I think that's one of the reasons why I like it, because I know if I do one sprue, that's a unit, well, a couple of units of archers, a couple of units of men at arms, all done. So you're suddenly whacking out whole units at a time. So yeah, I just clip off the connection points on the shoulders and weapons and what have you, and just try and leave the base one so that they've got a bit of solidity still there, and paint them that way. And it works pretty well. Really simple and quick. So yeah, that's how I do them, and I'm rattling through them. So unlike the epics, which I seem to have stalled on. So yeah, that's been fun. So the other thing I've been doing is, given the Pyrrhic Wars supplement, I showed this on the Facebook page, so I won't dwell on it too long, but got back into one of my old pipe blocks. Now, I did one last year, and I said then, these figures they've been in a box for about 20 years, at least, unpainted. And I just thought they were long overdue a paint. And particularly with the new supplement out, these are, I don't even think the manufacturer exists anymore. I think they were Vendel miniatures, something like that. They're actually really nice figures.
Are you looking for some more figures? Because I know you've got a lot already. Are you looking for some stuff to add in?
Sort of. So that's the sore point, Martin. So that's my other thing I've been doing, is actually recycling all my, I went through all my 15mm collection. I'm now going through my 28mm and sort of recycling all those and dusting them down and rebasing them. But I might have fallen foul of buying a few extras somewhere, that and then realizing, shit, I've got so many pikemen, I really don't need any more.
Where did you get them?
The pikemen, I got some from Miniature Kingdoms, actually. Picked up some of their victories.
I was only pointing it out because I didn't realize. Again, I know I sound like I'm hawking stuff for them, but I'm not. But I saw the Pyrrhic stuff on Aventine. Yeah, I didn't know they did the Pyrrhic stuff, and I went on there and
they
immediately
do some lovely stuff.
Oh,
I'm probably going to go and get some of their cavalry, to be honest, because they are so nice.
Yeah,
so nice. And that's the one I'm a bit weak on. So yeah, but we did have a game this week actually. So yeah, that was nice to get the old ancients out for a big.
Yeah,
Paul and I playing Hail Caesar using basically I was using the Pyrrhic army list to build out a decentish force, and then he was using Romans against them, and we had a good old ding dong. It was really nice just to get the figures on the table again. So yeah, I know I said this, my New Year's resolution was to clear that table. It's absolutely covered in figures now because I've been taking them out of boxes, sorting them through, dusting them down, reorganizing them, pulling stuff off bases and retouching them up. And geez, it's just, I think, what did I start? Anyway, it's going to be worth it. It's going to be worth it. That's what I've been up to. There you go.
Well, I've not got much to show because I've been distracted by video games again. I'm currently replaying Red Dead Redemption 2 or Grand Theft Horse, and that's just taken all my hobby time away. It's been a good 2-3 hours each night. Just a beautiful video game. Just brilliant. But on the hobby front, what I've been doing, bits and pieces. So the new Imperial Japanese starter box and platoon box are out for bolt action. So I bought the Armies of Imperial Japan at the weekend. Had a read through that. Really good. Some really good new rules in there. But I said to myself, I'm not going to buy the army until it must have been late last year. About a year ago, I was rebasing all my US Marines. Didn't like the basing, and the painting was shockingly bad. Because I first painted them in about 2018, and I painted about 1,500 points in 3 weeks, and it showed because they were terrible. So I've just been going around making them look a bit better, rebasing them. I've got a platoon set up for 3rd edition, and so once they're done, I will get the Imperial Japanese starter box. So at least I've got an opposition force for my I've never painted Japanese, never owned or painted a Japanese army. So looking forward to that.
Did you have a bolt action game last year in the end, Steve? Feels like forever since you played it.
No, I didn't. Just certain things. Like I said, my mate that usually games with is a very, very, very busy chap.
Yeah.
So again, the stars have to align before we can actually get a game in. But no, I'm looking forward to painting that. I've been working on this War Bases bunker because I've been working on some small bits of terrain. I've been kit bashing and painting up quite a few Stargrave things because I did pick up a copy of Stargrave a couple of weeks ago. Because I've gamed fascinated for years, but I've never got around to getting into it. I thought, why not? I've got so many Stargrave boxes, it's unbelievable. What else? A War Machine. So I dug out all my old War Machine Crick stuff. Cheers, Martin. So I've been rebasing and repainting them. That's a question from David. What Baltic Spirit is best to pick up from looking for extras like binoculars, maps, and other titles to carry the 8th Army? You might want to pick up a sprue of the regular British infantry, the late war one. So obviously the uniforms and stuff won't match, but I think there's a good mix of sort of pouches and pistol holsters, binoculars, all kinds of things. I'd say late war British, possibly a late war the commando one as well might be good. That's well, I think he's got the 8th Army, so the Commonwealth kit is largely the same as the 8th Army, but a few bits and pieces on there. And the British Airborne black sprue, it's got loads of bits and pieces on there, loads of extra like pouches and I think British Airborne might be the way forward as well. As long as no one gets too close and realises they're actually British Airborne, you just stick them with a paintbrush. So what else have got going? So War Machine there. When we had our War Machine Martin episode the other week, straight away I was on, downloaded the app, was building Legacy Crick's forces, and the next day this showed up, and the actual rulebook. Oh, do you know what? This is one of the most lovely presented war games rule books I've ever seen. It's just brilliant. It's really, really good.
It did look very nice with all the teasy little pictures that you were sending.
Oh yes, it was definitely worth it.
What makes it so good, Steve? What makes that rule book so good?
It's well presented. It's dead easy to read, and it just looks lovely. It's just a really, really good mix of diagrams. It's not diagram in your face every single page. There's some really good lore in there. It's just a really good book. You can tell that a lot of really love for the game's been put into it. You can really tell. But yeah, I've had a good time reading through that.
Nice.
What else we got? Let's go through some comments. Why is that comment? Oh, we go. I streamed been acting funny tonight or what? There's been a few little glitches. Again, that's not showing. There you go. Don't tell me it's lovely. I'm going to go and buy it. Martin said that as well. He said he was hoping it was going to be terrible.
Yeah. I was hoping you would tell him it'd be rubbish. I haven't bought it yet. I might buy it at Boards and Swords in March. I might get Ian to get a copy in. But I've read the rules, and I've got to say, because I'm not a massive fan of reading stuff digitally. But the way that they've translated the rulebook onto the app, rather than just it being the PDF. They've actually integrated like the pages and the rules and everything. Like it's if you go on the army build, and you've got your force there, and you just click on it, and then it takes you to the right part of the rule book separately, or runs down. It's very smart the way they've done it. But what I also liked on there is that they call it the Warcasters Guide, don't they? The Warcasters Training Program, which is essentially learn how to play. It teaches you how to play, which. And I don't know, because they did release an app years and years ago, and it was rubbish. Well, that was when it was privateer press for keeping track of things. But this one, from what it just seems, if you could either just use it to keep track of your stuff, or if you've both got it, you just link your phones and then it manages the turns basically for just for keeping track of anything.
I was amazed at just how intuitive it was. I'm not a big app person.
No, I'm not.
Putting together a list of my legacy stuff was so easy. It's a really good way of going about it. And like I said,
I'm impressed with what I've seen so far. And I was chatting to Ian at Boards and Swords. He says it is picking up quite a bit in popularity. And I really do. There's that documentary that's on YouTube about the rise and fall of War Machine, and they said they're gonna have to make a fourth, like, 'cause it was in 3 parts, and then they've got to make a 4th part because it's actually sort of slowly coming back up. It does, like when it gets into episode 3, which talks about sort of like what went wrong. It is fascinating. Like it is actually crazy. The stuff that went on, like they had to vacate their premises in the States just because of stuff unfortunately happened, and money and business dealings. So they took all of the original molds. So all these people are saying, how come we can't get the original models anymore? And the reason is because somebody put the molds into a storage locker,
and sold the locker,
and then they didn't pay it. Storage wars, like that. So on Reddit, so on the documentary, they're like, we're pretty sure like this is real, because this person like posted on Reddit that they bought this storage locker. There were all these boxes, and it had the molds, the original molds, and the master molds. They're all gone, all gone. It's a brilliant little documentary that this guy's put together. It's worth watching, even if you don't play War Machine or anything. But it's worth watching, just for looking at some of the craziness that went on.
I might have to check it out. So that's what I've been working on. So mainly video games. Red Dead Redemption 2. It's just one of those games. It's so just nice to play, and you play at your own pace. It just looks lovely stuff. Great game, top stuff. Although it is seriously biting into my hobby time at the moment. But speaking of what nostalgia, so this kicked off for me sort of. I mentioned to these guys last week that I purchased something off eBay that I never thought I'd ever own again, and that was an original copy of Space Crusade.
Nice.
With literally unpainted, every 100% complete, tip-top condition. And it should be arriving hopefully tomorrow. But it just got me thinking that for the sort of the past eight or so months, I've not really focused on anything new. I've been looking at. There's been a lot of sort of looking at nostalgia stuff. So again, people know about my 40 second edition project. I've got back to reading old copies of White Dwarfs, old codexes. I watch retro battle reports on YouTube. I was just thinking to myself, why is that? What is it that has triggered that in me, that I would rather buy old miniatures, buy old board games, play old games, read old magazines, when in this golden age of wargaming, where there's access to every game, every period, every minute you can think of. What pulls people back into those nostalgia projects? And I mean, sometimes they don't turn out to be great. It's been a couple of times and I've dug out an old rule book and thought, ooh, and then I actually read the rules again. I'm like, how did I play this? Carl, I am getting old, mate. I am. Don't need that to point it out to me. It sounds like a midlife crisis.
Yeah.
I'll be buying a Ferrari next. Andrew, I got it for Christmas in 1990, so I'd have been 12, and I didn't look after it as anywhere near I should have done. I was awful to it. But it's a fantastic game. It's brutally simple but brutally good to play, and I never thought I'd have the opportunity to own a copy again. So when I saw it, I jumped all over it. But again, just got me thinking that what causes those pangs of nostalgia?
It's the good old days, isn't it?
Yes. But why is it the good old days? So
you got good memories, and when you're a child, isn't it, or whatever however old you were, playing their core memories that stick in your brain. Your brain feeds off of it and goes, "Oh yeah, I remember that," and you know, it's kind of a chemical reaction as well, isn't it? You think to yourself, "Oh, they were great times." And start looking back on anything in the past, really, that you really enjoyed. It's especially when you haven't done something for a long time, isn't it? That's what I feel, anyway. Or just have good memories of it, and it just kind of gets me going in that way.
The good old days.
It does definitely take you. I mean, often these things take you back to a different time when you were, well, obviously younger, but also when the gaming. I mean, it's human nature, isn't it? We all get a bit starry-eyed about the past, how much better it was than it. Especially you get older, you think how much better it was. I mean, I think I noticed it with myself. I bought loads of old rule books and old books that I used to read back in the day around wargaming, just for the memories. I mean, talk about old rule books. I picked this one up a little while ago. Bruce Quarry's Napoleon's Campaigns in Mitch. Now, I think this was 1977 it was published. They did it as an Airfix book, first of all, or red Airfix book, which I've also got. And me and my mate at school, bear in mind, 66, I would have been 11. Me and my mate at school used to play massive Napoleonic Airfix games using Airfix models that we'd adapted because we couldn't afford anything metal. And so we took he only had the British infantry, French infantry, cuirassiers and hussars. That was an artillery, horse artillery, British and French regular artillery. But it's amazing how adaptable you could be with that and building out. And we did campaigns and all sorts of things using these figures. And I thought, these are great. And you get a bit nostalgic about the old rules. And like you say, Steve, I read them, went, oh my goodness, no. I mean, they're just so clunky. But just that, I still love getting the book out every so often. There's a bookcase of them over there of just lots of those sort of books that I used to pour my way through and really had some good fun with in the past. And I would have go back to them. I mean, I've got all the Warhammer Ancient Battle books down here. And I'm so tempted to have another go. I know Paul and I were talking about this at CrackCon, but I don't know. It's just something about, I can't bring myself to do it. I get nostalgia about the ideas and the actual content, books and things, but I don't think I necessarily want to go back and play the games again. Somehow.
Well, it's funny you should mention Bruce Quarry. Remember last year I said that I've been looking for a Bruce Quarry book for ages. Armored Wargaming. I got that library. I got that out of the library in, oh God, it would have been 1992. No, it would have been 93. And you take a book out 3 times, but it came with a really, I'm going to say simple. Looking back, it ain't simple. Armored rule set in the back for World War II gaming, and I plagiarized. I wrote the entire thing down, hand wrote it, and had the rules. And me and my mates used to play that, and then we used to use the old 1/72nd scale Airfix tanks, and the old Airfix figures 1/72nd scale to play, and it was good. And again, it held great memories. It was kind of one of the first sort of historical war games that I really enjoyed, and it was me that found it. I brought it to our gaming group, which didn't happen very often. And then I found this book on Amazon secondhand, got it, and I was reading through the actual rules in the back of the book. And I was like, I couldn't make head and a tail of it. I don't know whether I'm just stupider now than it was when I was sort of 14 or 15. But I couldn't, and I don't know what year they're from, but they're quite abstract, very abstract. but they seem clunky, and there's too much too granular for me. But again, that that looks really cool.
That's them. That's them.
But for me, that is an example of. I thought I was going to be playing that straight away. The idea I discussed with my mate, we're going to try and play it in like 10 mil or 12 mil using Pendragon or Victrix. But I just sat down and read through it, and I was like, I don't have the fortitude to actually try and learn how to play this again, which is a shame because I've got really good memories of it and running, you know, really good kind of cool games. And it did have some really good mechanics, like you couldn't see. You had to be abstract about what your tanks could see and what they couldn't see, and you had to roll a dice, and it just said no. If you were shot at from 9 o'clock, you had to roll a 12-sided dice to see what clock face your commander was looking at to see if he noticed a shot or not.
That's cool.
So there's bits and pieces that I liked. I might give it another go, but I don't know. I was a bit traumatized after reading it for the second time. I was like,
I think that's the problem with a lot of these old systems that, you know, you grew up loving and you did genuinely love playing. But the problem is you can't often go back. The systems the rules have changed so much, and what we sort of love about a rule system has changed so much. Largely, not for everybody. Some people still love doing it. You know, that it's better off just leaving it in the past. Because I'm the same. I used to. We had some Second World War rule sets. I can't remember who did them, but we used to play all the time. And they're, you know, very hugely complicated. I think I've talked about them here before. There's, you know, your penetration of your shot was changed over the distance that the shot went. So there was really complicated tables where you sort of, I've got a 76 millimeter gun aiming at X amount of armor. The distance is X is Y. Therefore, you know, it's just like, oh my goodness. And you look back at it and you think, how the hell? What possessed us to? But we loved them. They were great fun rules. Would I play them? No. Would I? Hell. You know, it's just. I don't know. I think it's nostalgia is great, but I just think sometimes we're very rosy tinted with them. And actually, it's just keep them as a bit of nostalgia in your memories, and maybe buy the book to have a look back through. But move on.
Dom,
move on.
Was that rule called Firefly?
I think it might well have been. Yeah, might well have been. Yeah, it was the most extraordinary rule set. It was. But you know, we had hours and hours and hours of fun playing it, and it didn't seem, because all rules back then required you to look up tables and work out. You had to have a resident mathematician to be able to work out most of the games. But that was how they all were, so it wasn't unusual. But I don't think you get away with it now. Well, you wouldn't probably.
No, I know. I've watched a few videos and people have said about is it Laser Burn? Which was sort of the forerunner of 40K that Brian Ansell wrote, sort of late 70s, early 80s. And I know some people have said, as good as that was back in the day, these days it's very difficult to play because it's very chart heavy. It's very number heavy. I'd still like to try it though. I would really like to try it, just for the. I never played that. I went straight to Rogue Trader. And again, Rogue Trader is another game I don't think I'd want to play Rogue Trader these days as much as I'd like to, because I don't think it would be as good as I remember. But I could be wrong. Oh, nice. Yeah.
There you go. James said the same thing a few years ago. He tried Warhammer First Edition. Despite our fond memories, it was very hard going. Yeah, I just think, it is one of those things. I think I'm sure there are lots of. I'd be interested to know, is anybody playing any rule system in the chat that dates back to the 80s or the 90s and regularly plays it and swears
DVA.
by it. Oh God.
I think James shows a good one here. So Man of War. So that was
good shout.
Games Workshop's fantasy naval game from, I think it was 92, 93. Stonkingly good game. We had so many good games of that down the club. Again, it was just a really, really simple but fun rule set, and it was just full of character. I know Crown of Command Wargames channel. He does a lot of old Hammer stuff, and he's got a couple of Man of War battle reports on his channel, and well worth a look. I used to run a dwarf fleet. I had like a big like dreadnought. I had a couple of ironclads and submarines, all painted this god awful sickly green color. Let's see what. So Dom says,
that Wings of War would be another one, wouldn't it? That's been around for donkey's years and probably hasn't changed a huge amount. People still play it. Even Wings of War, is it the first one?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Wings of Glory.
Wings of Glory. Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
I wonder whether that's another one.
There you go. Walkabout Games. You're still playing Crossfire.
Oh my goodness.
Dom? Did you ever? I may have asked you this before. Did you ever play that?
I don't know that I did. I probably played it down a club one time, but I don't think I ever owned the rules. No. No. For whatever reason.
Again, it's a game that I've played. Not played, but a game I've watched loads of videos of because it's a fascinating concept. But again, I don't know if people would have the same fondness for it these days. I imagine they would, because there's quite a few Crossfire battle reports on YouTube. There we go.
Yeah, it's interesting. DBA.
BattleTech. Oh, that's another one. That's another one we played at the club as well. Most of my mechs spent most of the time just hiding in lakes to cool down because they overheated from doing everything. I think the new BattleTech, I don't think it's quite as gritty as that. I know it was very, very admin heavy when we played it in the 90s. It was good. Martin, what about you and your nostalgia for? Because you were a big Warhammer Fantasy Battle player, weren't you?
I was, but I don't really have any desire to play it again. I don't know. So I guess the biggest thing that was nostalgic for me recently has been the War Machine thing. And that's not even particularly nostalgic, although I don't know, it was 2008, a long time ago now. I guess it was 18 years ago.
Yeah.
So I remember getting into War Machine. It was a couple of years after I ditched the whole sort of GW thing. I got into Flames of War, and I'd started historicals. I needed someone to scratch that sort of weird itch, and then I needed some models to paint. It was. I enjoyed that, but yeah. Apart from that, I mean, I've got the rules for the old world, and I've got my Dark Elves, and I'd be up for playing it. But when that got announced, I didn't have the same sort of visceral need for nostalgia that I think a lot of people did, and I think I just I don't know. Maybe it's just because I played it so much. I don't know, but I moved on. I think just mentally, I compartmentalized. It's like, nah, it's good. I had a great time playing it. I know for a fact I'm not going to be able to recapture the feeling that I had when I trounced my mate, one of my Vampire Count's army, and I cast Curse of Years on his Chaos Warrior regiment, and then every turn, you roll a dice. Like on a 5-up, they die on, then next turn it's a 4-up, then a 3-up, and you roll as many dice as there are people in the regiment, and he had like 40 Chaos Warriors in a unit, so it's rolling 40 dice. Even with my dice rolls, that's a few of them. He used to hate me. He used to get so angry. And I used to have just such good fun with it. And I don't think I don't really want to try to recapture that because I don't think I can. Now, weirdly, I have tried it with role-playing games though, because I had such good times with those rule sets with my friends, and I have some weird. There's some modern role-playing games that just people sort of laud them as groundbreaking, and I just think they're turd. Just at it. So I played a game of second edition D&D, which is the edition I jumped in on. I don't know how many of you played that. Do you guys remember? Oh no, Ken won't. But do you remember FACO? Your FACO score in D&D, which stood for to hit armor class 0.
Oh yes.
And I'd forgotten all about it, and then we played it, and I sat there going, oh my god, I was like 10, 11 years old. How the hell did so your FACO would be like 19, yeah. So if your enemy has an armor class of 0, because the lower the better, you needed to roll a 19. Your average goblin had like an armor class of 8, so you would need to roll over an 11. But then you'd have situational modifiers that modify the FACO. And I was trying to explain this to some people at work who play D&D, and they were looking at me like I was mad. I said, I got the second edition player's handbook down there, and there are not. I'll just say, I look at it for an 11-year-old, 12-year-old. There are not a lot of pictures in that book, right? And it's a game. I was like, how the hell did we just keep our attention? Yeah. But we had that. It was look, throw to hit armor class 0. It was. So I enjoyed that, but I guess I get nostalgic, but I don't really get nostalgic about wargaming. Really, I get nostalgic about music, and I get nostalgic about video games, which I have a massive thing that they were much better in the past when they didn't have 50 billion updates to go through and hidden things. Do you remember just buying a game and putting it in? That was it.
Works, yes.
But very, very occasionally there would be like an expansion. That was like, you had to like download it and sit there and then play it, and then you had to mod it and everything. But wargaming wise, not really. I guess I would just I don't know, any games that I would consider odd, I guess I'd just carry on playing the ones that I like. So I wouldn't ever really consider it nostalgia.
No, for me, it tends to be really old ones. They all seem to be like pre-2000s, when I was young and carefree, young whippersnapper without a care in the world. And it was, the likes of Rogue Trader and second edition Man of War, Necromunda, and then you get even earlier than that, get like Space Crusade, Hero Quest. Anything sort of after 2000, I've not really. I wouldn't call that nostalgia. That's just something that I did. I think maybe because the hobby was so new to me at the time and was so different to what I'd done before. I think that's why I had those good memories of sort of the 90s, essentially.
So I'll tell you something I did get nostalgic about, and I got Ken into it, and that was the game books, Lone Wolf. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And I recently found this, which is the Magnum and Lone Wolf Companion from 1986. Right. And I remember looking through this, and look, they had miniature battles in it, cool. Like that. Cool. And I remember going, I want these miniatures. Where the hell? Look, like the attack on the Kai Monastery. Look at that. Miniatures. And I loved the game book so much, and the novels, and I'm sitting there. Look, there's a GIAC dictionary there. Silly Martin drew all over this in certain bits, because this is worth a lot of money, because I've looked, but not when someone's drawn all over it. But yeah, this kind of stuff I'm nostalgic about, like these sort of like books from when I was a kid. But yeah, I think that might have been a bit of my dinner from 1989.
That's a lovely thought, Martin.
It's part of a cheese sandwich.
Oh, jeez.
Speaking of game books, Martin, did you? Sorry, go on. No, go on.
No, carry on. I was going to change something. I was going to move it on slightly, but you carry on with that.
Just a quick one about game books. Did you ever play any of the Highway Warrior books, Joe Dever? There was.
Oh yeah. The not Mad Max, legally distinct from Mad Max.
Definitely not they weren't Mad Max. No.
Yeah.
I remember playing them. Yeah. Oh God, I'd been back in school. They've actually been released as like proper cool updated hardback versions now. There's
they're doing that with all of this stuff. That's what they did with the Lone Wolf ones. That's I've got the one to Ken. Like there's, I think they've got, because he was 1 book or 2 books short of finishing the whole story, so they're reprinting everything. Don't tell me that, Steve. So this is where I'm gonna fail. No.
So go on, what were you going to say?
No, I was actually going to say about nostalgia around figures. That's one of the things I find really odd sometimes. Is the people get really, really nostalgic about certain manufacturers like Minifigs and Inchcliffe and all these sort of really old manufacturers. And, I look at them a little bit and I go, oh my goodness, they are so basic. But it does really get people, and they change hands for quite a lot of money on eBay. Probably not on Vinted, because Ken probably bought them all and sold them on eBay for a profit. But that always amazes me is people get very invested in the particular old ranges of figures, and that's sometimes it surprises me given how much better. If you've already got them and you're using them, fantastic. But people going out their way to buy old manufacturers.
Does some of it come down to hand sculpted miniatures versus digitally sculpted miniatures? I mean, people still crave that. Even though they're getting better, like the digital sculpt, like you can see, like, the Wargames Atlantic sculpts are obviously they're digitally sculpted, but based on Paul Hicks's style. But the metal miniatures just have more character, that they just do. So, and I think a lot, especially if you take like Citadel, the classic Citadel stuff. I remember when I sold all of my stuff, I was gobsmacked by how much some of these, what I consider quite crappy, chunky miniatures went for. Mine, that Nagash that I bought, the hilarious one that looks like a blow up punch. That looks like one of those clown punching things. It went for ridiculous amounts of money, and I'm still looking at that thing, going, I don't get it. This looks like a toddler toy, like a baby rattle. I don't understand.
I just remember its face being so unevil. It was unbelievable. It just was.
I could never work out why his head was so big. Like, why was his head so big? Like, it's a skull. Like, why was his head so big? I didn't understand.
I think with miniatures, the only I would definitely say for the second edition 40k miniatures that I've been buying since August, I get very nostalgic over them. But they're the only range I probably do, because I owned a few back then. But when I was a poor student and I couldn't afford masses and masses of metal miniatures, I used to pore over the catalogs for hours. But now I can actually afford to buy them. I just love owning them and seeing them. From when I used to see them in Games Workshop stores, or my mates owned them, or battle reports, and to actually own them myself now, it's just it's that I would say they're the only range I would say I've got true nostalgia for, because I've definitely got a connection to that period. Anything after that doesn't really do anything for me.
Graham's has got thousands of minifigs collected over 50 years, and his damned is going to start again. See, I get that. I absolutely get that. And when they're massed up, especially if they're smaller scale ones, it doesn't make much difference. I've got loads of old 15mm minifigs in my 15mm Napoleonic army, and I'm buggered if I'm going to replace them. They do a job perfectly well. But it isn't. But there are people buying unpainted stuff, and then I guess to complete ranges. I don't know. Just there's whole Facebook communities of people obsessed with minifigs. It's the most bizarre thing to me.
Do you think that is just pure 100% nostalgia, or they just like those ranges?
It's got to be. I mean, Martin might have something in the hand sculpted bit, maybe, but I think it's got to be nostalgia, hasn't it?
Yeah. Mine's not owning the minis before, like Steve. being
That
too
I
young.
can see.
Yeah.
Hence why I'm painting some skeletons now, because I remember my cousin's vampire counts, and I'm like, I want those skeletons, but obviously I could never have them and never paint like that. So now I can relive the good old days when I was carefree.
I've just seen this comment from Martin, just quickly saying there was a scale difference between the metal War Games Atlantic and the Barons. I'm literally looking at two of them right now. I was putting them side by side, and it's like, are there other ones that are really out because there's no difference in these.
I don't think there's a difference at all. No, I wouldn't have said so.
There might be, maybe even the early stuff. I don't know, but these two are. I've got one of the peasants with. I don't know if these are actually going to show up. Maybe the height will show up, but you're not gonna. There's nothing really in it. Ooh,
no,
with these guys. I've
got lots of both, and I can't say I'm
now going to go through and size up. I'm going to go through. Yeah. What have you done? I'm now going to be like going through, going and checking these.
The one thing, Steve, I have got. I kind of again doing all these recycling of old figures projects of mine. The one thing I do get a bit nostalgic about is old units and figures that I remember being used in various games and some of the stories they had. That sort of stuff. It gets me very nostalgic. I was going through, going through my Hellenistics at the moment, and this unit Peltas came out. Well, in fact, there's a load more of them. I've got about 40 of the damn things. I think they're Essex miniatures. I've had them for 30, 40 years at least. They have seen so many campaigns. They are the truest veterans you will ever see in your lives. They're not the best figures in the world. They're not that well painted, but I've given them a little bit of a touch up and rebased them. And they have seen so much action. And when I saw them in the box, then loads of others. There's some javelin men like this that just like I've had for so long, and I can remember so many battles that they fought in. That makes me really nostalgic. You know, I look back and think, oh, I must admit, I went digging for all my 28 mils this week and was opening up boxes all over the place. And it what was supposed to be a 10-minute project of just making sure where they all were and getting them all out turned into about 2 hours of me pulling them out. Oh, I remember that game where they fought. Or one where they rolled double one when they needed anything but a one. You know, that kind of stuff.
Right, we have officially become a collective army rimmer here. Can I just say that this is? What did you do? I rolled a 6 and a 3. I know, what better way to spend the evening than by sitting by a fire with my Risk War diaries?
I don't know. There's been some games of Blood Bowl where you remember specific things like that. You know, you were one square away from a touchdown. You went for it and you rolled a 1, and the game.
That's every bloody game.
That's every bloody game.
Mine's got to be the first time I played Muskets and Tomahawks with you, Dom, and just rolled all those 6s. I've
forgotten about that now.
I'll never forget about that.
Put it out of my memory.
I'll never forget about that. I bet you've got, to be fair, mate, have you got some minis or painted minis that are older than your kids?
Oh, God, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Many.
Do you still use them?
Oh, yeah.
Do you think you still got some in the lead pile that are older than your kids?
I think, to be fair, the ones, those pikemen that I showed earlier, they're getting up for being older than my kids, and they were probably the last unpainted ones that I had in the box.
I have gig T-shirts that are older than my relationship with Haley, and we've been together 20 years.
Yeah,
that I hold in like. I was about to say higher regard. That's not.
I was going to say careful when you say
you're
that.
very brave,
not the right term. I mean, I hold in. I don't know. Which is
a very passionate place.
Reverence. There we go.
Yeah, that's the one.
Steve, I'm going to red card him in a minute. He's just looking. Citadel also did some low wolf miniatures, and they were sculpted by the Blessed Perrys. Well,
there we go.
Are they online? Are they on eBay? Are they on Vinted?
Go look on Vinted. They'll be there.
You'll probably find them on Vinted. You never know.
Shut up.
Just talking about old miniatures. What? I don't know. I'm not sure I know the answer to this one. What would you say is the oldest line of miniatures that is still being sold and produced today?
Oh. Probably minifigs, isn't it?
God,
I think minifigs you can still buy. I mean, they go back. Oh, look, he's
I don't know if you can see this. Look. There's like a box set. There's a box set.
Oh my god,
Steve! Oh my god,
they're probably lead.
£20. You just look at it now, and it's exactly what we're saying. Yeah, they're Citadel.
Hinchcliffe. Yeah, it could be right, Rob. Could be right. Hinchcliffe is probably one of the oldest. Yeah, Essex have been going a long time, but I don't think they've been going as long as Hinchcliffe. Lambing is a good shout. Also, Irregular have been going a long time.
Yeah,
I don't know how long Pixmans have been going. Yeah, Irregular's probably very long as well. I reckon Hinchcliffe and miniatures and minifigs have got to be some of the oldest that are still out there. Certainly on the historical side.
Airfix. What about Airfix? And when did that start?
Well, that's a fair point. Yeah, that's a fair shout.
Yeah. God, when I was a kid, I had so many the 1/72 scale Airfix figures. Oh God, I had thousands.
Good shout, John. Good shout. Spencer Smith Plastic 7-Year War, made in the 60s and 70s. Wow. Yeah. Yeah.
Does Airfix count? They will put a 50 box every year and sell it.
Yes, that's true. It's very true.
No, because I watch a few scale modeling channels, and they do the Airfix vintage classics.
Triptychs.
God. So, I just out of curiosity, I thought I'd just see how much that metal Nagash is going for. So one sold on the 22nd of January for £105.
Holy smoke!
I sold mine for sort of, I think it was like 60, and I thought that was insane.
It's nuts. It's actually
the most I've spent on this second edition revival was those 5 Chaos Terminators. I spent £70 on those for 5 figures.
That one went for £187.
Oh,
jeez. For one figure. Oh my
God. Yeah, and probably one of the ugliest.
It's a shocking miniature.
I'll send you a picture of it, all right? I'll send you a picture.
It's awful.
Actually, I'll tell you what. We've got the news to do it. Let me find.
I was going to say let's do.
I genuinely can't think of a single figure that I would want to buy that much to spend anywhere near 3 figures for. Just no.
I'm going to find it because I want like £187.
I will admit, I dropped a 3-figure price on this Space Crusade game.
Holy smoke!
Because
so stupid.
The nostalgia was strong. It was 11:45 at night. 3 people had it in their baskets, and I'm like, no way.
Was there weird beers involved, mate?
No, God, no. It was a weeknight. I wasn't drinking.
Oh my goodness!
It was just again the nostalgia just took over, and I just went on, just bought it straight away.
I found him. I got him. I found him. Here you go. Right. So, bear in mind again, I have fond memories of using this model. Yeah, but I did it. So here you go, Dom. Here you go. So this is the gash, and I say it has a special place in my heart. But I'd be quite, if I knew it'd make that much money now, I'd absolutely sell it.
Oh my goodness! How much? £170 for that?
187.
I've got the head to that.
Jesus Louise.
I've got the metal head. I haven't got the body, but I've got the metal head.
I mean, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's very of its time, and it's very classic.
And
I love it.
28 mil.
That thing. Well, no, he's about 54 mil high, but it's a 28 mil game. Right. He's just a giant for some reason.
Those shoulder pads, I just cannot.
My aunt had shoulder pads like that in the 80s.
Why are they sticking up? Why are they sticking up like that? No, it's like he's not ironed them properly.
Can we just say it is? I have a lot of fond memories of it, but can we just admit that it's terrible?
It's terrible.
It's awful. Oh my goodness! I won't say a bad thing about a minifig again. Jeez, wow.
No.
Wow.
Right, prepare yourself. It's time for some hobby news.
in the news, things were better in the old days. Is that it?
No, my job is based around the old days, and the old days wasn't good. It wasn't good. There's more ways to die. I would still work, like I said about wargaming. I just work on the assumption that the past is bad, and then you're pretty much right.
Oh, jeez. Do you want to start, Martin?
Yeah, all right. Okay, so speaking of, let's start with some War Machine. Here you go. So cool. These are the Kithborn. These are troll bloods that are even more mental than normal troll bloods. So there's their starter. So there's one that's sort of banging a war drum. And then that one at the top, it's just a case of how many guns and spikes can we fit onto. And what I love about that model at the top is the detail on the tongue. It's all the little warts on the tongue. They're very cool. There's a starter. I guess it's going to be, well, I assume it'll be plastic like the other starters. But yeah, that's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Like that. Zenit Miniatures. Now, Zenit makes some nice miniatures. Now, most of their games are 32 mil, but they've got a Kickstarter starting on the. In fact, I think it might have started already. If not, it's starting soon. And they're doing some 32 mil samurai heroes, if you like, or just well-known samurai. They're very nice. So you got this one here.
Cool.
Masamune with the pistol. I really like the pistol. Pose. There's
the STLs, Martin.
No, these are metal.
Actual figures.
Yeah, they do not really nice figure. They have their own game called Kensei. We can buy stuff for, and I have looked at it a few times, but it just I never saw anyone really play it, so I just never dropped any money on it. This one there's Oda Nobunaga.
Oh, nice.
They are nice. They're really cool.
They're really nice figures. Yeah.
So they're on Kickstarter. That's very cool. They also have some fantasy stuff. They also do slight twist on it. So they have like some undead samurai in that if you want to put them in. But yeah, so anyway, there is these sort of warriors. They're worth a look at Zenit, but as I say, they're 32 mil. So they're a bit on the larger side. Speaking of the samurai, on Bloody Grounds, their next book is for the Sengoku period in the Imjin. So that's cool. So potentially stuff that you could use there. It's cool because they've got absolutely loads going now, which is great.
Yes.
Now I've not played this game and I've not heard anything about it. It's called 1980. Well, no, I have heard something about it. Sorry, I should say I have heard something about it. But there is some new ST because they sell STLs. So this is by War Fulcrum Games. So these are World War I STLs. Okay. So here we got a British light mortar team. These are all pre-supported. So this is for their game 1918. We also have quite like this one, the Vickers. It comes with that base topper if you want it. Also, this is quite cool. Look at this one. Look at the sniper team.
Oh, very nice.
Quite cool. And then you've got the flamethrower team.
Oh my lord.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So yeah,
it's I like them a lot.
They have quite a lot on there. They have quite a lot. And I think they come possibly multi-part as well. Some of them, like the base sets as well. Huh?
That's lost it then. No, don't want to.
No, that's if you want to print them like that. You can just print them as single pose.
Oh, cool. That's all right.
And sorry, Ken's just had to drop off for parenting duties. Where's the other one I had? I did have other news, and I don't know where it's gone. It's been deleted. StreamYard has purged it.
Oh, obviously, but didn't like it.
Oh, yeah, it's gone. Sorry. Yeah, it's been purged.
What was it?
Oh, it's something weird. There was something weird.
Weird stuff. Good. It's probably a good thing it got purged. That's good.
Yeah, it's gone. Yeah.
Bizarre.
No,
Stuff I've seen. There's some real game changers coming. Actually, I'll get around to those in a minute. But Artisan Miniatures have some new Russian Civil War 28mm metals that you can get via All Star. They're really good.
Nice.
Really, really nice. Yeah, really nice figures out and about. This one dropped today. This was Charlie Foxtrot. This is 28mm.
Cool.
Terrace.
Oh, I like that.
That looks nice.
They said you need a fairly chunky table for it because it's a big piece of kit. But yeah, that's pretty inspiring, isn't it? Yeah, so Charlie Foxtrot for that. Don't often get to show much of their stuff. And some really cool stuff from Empress coming out. The Afghan camel riders.
Yeah. They're very cool. Are those Mr. Hicks?
I think they are, yes. I'm pretty sure they are. And then some more Covenanters they've done. Some Covenant Cavalry for English Civil War. Just so good.
Cool.
And the gun is just brilliant.
Oh, that's lovely.
Look at that. Really, really good. So lots of them good stuff. Some of the other stuff, a couple of good books come out as well. I know we talked about Hellion last week, week before when we were on, but they're doing some really cool stuff. So there's this one, The Armies of Ptolemaic Egypt, which I've bought myself actually, and I've been reading. Very, very interesting. If you want to know about Ptolemaic Egyptian armies, I'm sure that it'll be on your reading list, Steve. Just your kind of thing, I'm sure. Yeah.
That's such a nervous laugh. It's like,
it was, wasn't it? It really was. It really was. What is this one? Oh, I'm in the same problem as you. Another one, The Fall of Moorish Seville, which nice. I love the fact they're doing some sort of very niche period books, which are really cool. And they're super informative.
Yeah.
I'm really enjoying their stuff at the moment. Very good. I keep saying I'm not going to buy any more books, and then they send something else out, and I go, geez, there goes that resolution. Really nice stuff. Otherwise, talking about Kickstarter, Second World War. So early German STL from which have been up. I think. I mean, they look really, really good. I haven't looked into a huge amount of detail on them, but you've got STLs for 28mm, but also rescalable for German infantry, support weapon, even tanks and terrain available there. So get yourself on that if you're interested. I mean, there's so many good manufacturers of German Second World War figures, particularly early war, but you can never have too many, can you, Steve?
No, you can't. You really, really can't.
And then Warlords dropped a supplement already for Conflict. So, Feistung Europa Operation Touchdown book is now on pre-order as well. So if you're interested in the weird stuff, which they seem to be pushing incredibly hard at the moment, that one's out as well. And then, God, there was so much. I mean, I've had a couple of weeks without any news, haven't we? So that's probably why. Victrix. New Islamic horse archers of shipping.
Yeah, they're very cool.
You getting some of those, Martin, for your
I have thought about it, but I've resisted. I nearly did buy them the other day. I was kind of like trying to decide whether to buy them or the Aventine stuff, to be honest. And I was like, well, I'll just grab the Aventine because that's more of an active thing at the minute.
Yeah, really cool. And talking about a bit of nostalgia, this is a bit of a game changer, I think. There's about 3 massive pieces of news that I'm going to bring out now. Well, I thought they were massive, so therefore they are. This, for those of you into Napoleonics and knowing what to do with your painting guides and how to organize your armies, I'm sure that Steve's all over these. But the books by W.J. Rawkins were the de facto books to get. and they were little pamphlets, and then for a while they were done as CDs. I've got loads of them on all different armies and what have you in different periods of the war. Fantastic books, really, really good. And then, well, it depends on who you talk to, but some people say he died, and then other people, because he was quite an old gentleman, or something else happened anyway. You couldn't get his books anywhere apart from secondhand, and the price for them went absolutely ridiculous. But now they seem to be reproducing them, so you can pre-order the Austrian-Hungarian book there, which 17 quid. If you want to know how to organise your Austro-Hungarian army for the Napoleonic Wars, that is a really, really good book to get. I assure you, it'll take you through the different regiments, colours.
Uncanny, Dom. That was my plan for this weekend.
That's what I was just letting it out, just so you'd feel about that, because absolutely amazing stuff. Another one which is probably in the category of why haven't they done this before? Do you see that Little Big Man Studios are now doing shield transfers with pre-punched shield holes?
This confused me because some of them I've got definitely have holes in them already.
Yeah, my Viking ones have definitely got. Yeah, my Viking ones.
I've had them for years, so I don't know if it was just some did.
Yeah.
Or I understand how like for example that one on the left with the that kind of boss design on it.
Mm-hmm.
But I went back and checked after this, and I've got a whole load of down there.
Funny enough, I have. It's only things like the Romans and the Celtic ones, I think, that don't. But anyway, So anyway, they're doing more of them, but it's just brilliant.
Good.
I think it makes life a lot easier. And then this last piece, I was drooling, literally, even though they're French. So
I know what this is going to be. Yeah,
Lucas at Piano Miniatures, Piano Wargaming.
That's very cool.
Who does some of the most beautiful sculpts you'll ever see for Napoleonics. Again, Steve will be all over this. He's joined up with War Games Atlantic to do.
Yeah, this is very, very cool.
Very, very cool. And what's even betterer is they're in greatcoats, so you don't have to do any fiddly bits on the uniforms. These are on pre-order. I think they go out later this month, I think. I'm just hoping.
What's nice with War Games Atlantic is that when they do release the news about these things, you don't have to wait an
you're not waiting
time before they're available, are you?
No.
And I do appreciate. Don't say anything until it's going to be ready. But I did say so. Yeah, it's 2028 in there, isn't there? And they do look nice. I find it interesting that they're doing that because that's going to be a big push onto Warlord and the Perry space. Victrix have kind of moved away from their black powder stuff in recent years. I think most, from what I think anyway, most people who buy Victrix is usually buying the old guard because they were the only plastic old guard that are around. I've still got a certain fondness for the Victrix kits, but it's going to be interesting to see because, as we were saying, Warlord hasn't done anything with their historical kits. I did see that they were Ottomans. I didn't get a photo of that. They have
someone.
Oh, they have for the. Yeah, you're right. I was going to grab that.
Yeah. But I mean, that plastic kit looks awesome. So it'd be interesting to see what they do. But it scales really well with the Perrys. So it'll be really nice.
I've got a lot of his metals and STLs. And they are really, really good. So I'm just hoping that they start. That this is just the start of it. That they do other manufacturers, other ones of his range as well. But I think testing the water with something as straightforward as French line infantry, where you're going to need loads of them anyway. You might as well do them, and then doing greatcoats is perfect.
I did see some of the moaning comments about why French. It's like because they'll sell.
Because they'll sell, pure and simple. And then they'll do something else equally obvious, probably British. No, he hasn't done any British actually.
No, he hasn't. Has he? I was wondering if he'll do Austrians.
Yeah, that's a possibility. Yeah. That might tempt me into actually starting an Austrian army. I might have to get that Rawkins book just in case. There you go. That's what I've seen.
Very cool. a lot of again a good mix of stuff on the horizon. Yeah. Right, let's have a look at some of the starred comments that people have left. So, if Wardrobe plays World War II, simpler time, simpler rules, and simpler life. At least that's how we remember it. Comfort with the known. Absolutely.
Ken? Well, you say that. Hang on, we say that, but if you looked at some of the old Warhammer rules, like the rules in like second edition and then Dark Millennium,
they're so contradictory. They're a lot of contradictory and not well explained. And but I mean, does that add to the quirkiness of it? Would that fly these days or
no?
I love the fact that it's like old people getting they're just a bit sort of they're just special. They're just really nice old people behaving a bit oddly. It's the same with old rules. They're just a bit quirky. No, they're not. They're just rubbish.
I mean, it is. I mean, there are the second edition 40k with the Dark Millennium expansion. Some oddness going on there, really is. But I just think it just adds to the weirdness. Ken, is it getting old or not growing up? I've got thousands of figures that used to see daylight once every 5 years.
Yeah, well, that's very true. Well, I'd say I was going through all my 28 mils, and I, it wasn't like they were lost, but I couldn't quite find them in amongst all the thousands there. And I suddenly came across my old Numidian 28 mil army, and it was just like they're in like 3 boxes, and it's just just brings back all those happy memories. It's great.
I definitely agree with this from that. So for me, it's the idea that I now have the skills and abilities to do justice to those old games. I can now make a table that looks like I saw in White Dwarf. It makes the inner child very happy. Absolutely. That's what I was like with my second edition. I can actually have a decent tabletop, much better than what we used to have at the club. I could actually paint my miniatures now without looking like I've used my feet to paint them. It just makes it a brand new experience with the old nostalgia. John, yes, I bought a lot of rules I played back in the late 70s and early 80s, and so I had to write orders for each unit, and I was like, nah, I will pass on that. I can't imagine that flying these days.
Yeah, we used to do that as well. I mean, why did we do all these things? Like, you had to write down the orders for your particular regiments, and they did, and carry on doing them unless you sent an order to change it. Like, bloody hell, how complicated! Wow. But we loved it. It was great.
Andrew, no better feeling the warmth of a nostalgia trip. Absolutely, I felt that way since August last year. Ken again. So all this quarry, I'm getting too excited. I might need an ice bath. Steady now, steady. Simon still uses the Microfleet World War II naval rules from the 70s. They're very crunchy to play as written, so I computerize them to save my brain. And I use them all the time. Wow. Good idea doing that.
Do you remember all those micro army rules? You used to be able to get them for Second World War tanks as well, I think, from what I remember. Was it Modern War as well? They did them. It was just, they were amazing. They were unplayable, but they were amazing.
Well, that's what I mean. I know I've brought it a few times. Remember the old beardy types playing that micro armor game at my old club?
Yeah.
It was like 2mm and a little tank.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tiddly, was it Heroics and Ross or something? I think used to produce the vehicles for them, or a lot of them anyway. I guess something like that. Jeez,
they never looked like they were having fun. It was always.
Oh no, you weren't allowed to smile playing them. No, absolutely not. That was rule number 1. Sometimes they have these rule books that say, remember the rule is to enjoy yourself. In those they said, remember.
Oh God, no, they weren't.
Not to look like you're having fun. Yeah.
They weren't having fun at all. It was just like it seemed more like a chore than a good way to spend a Tuesday night. Hobby Brush, so Battlefleet Gothic, Epic Space Marine, Epic 40k, Gorka Morka, all currently active at Guildford Games Club. It's good to know that there's still
really
games playing like that.
My goodness.
So yeah, Matty plays Battlefleet Gothic, which was released in the late 90s, and Mordheim, which was 1999. It's terrified that they're over 25 years ago.
Yeah.
Apparently, Thaco is still alive and well.
No, it's not. No,
it's not. We don't believe you.
No, if you get a T-shirt, someone's coming to you and says, "Do you Thaco?" or something like that. Like, no, the actual horror. When I went to my. Well, I went to a 40th birthday party for my best friend's little brother, who we used to play D&D with us, but he was like the annoying sort of 9-year-old that we let play with us. And now I still go and see him, and he's sort of, more successful and everything like that. And now I have to suck up to him. We were talking about it because they never played second edition with us. They only started with third and then Pathfinder, and we won't talk about fourth edition D&D. Me and one of my other friends, we were there. We were just laughing and talking about this, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I always wanted to play, but you lot wouldn't let me." It's like, no, genuinely, it's just, you needed to be a maths genius, and we had one because it wasn't me because I suck at maths. But I never forget my friend Simon Orr did his A-level maths in year 9. Right, ooh. So he was the games master. He was the dungeon master, and he worked out everything. He could have just told us absolute bullshit, right? And we'd have just rolled it. It probably did. It's probably nothing to do with actually how the game runs. This was my memories of it. My God, Thaco. No.
I do remember we used to those sort of rules. You did have a friend, whatever you played. Who just knew the rules and just blurted them out. And as you say, they could have been telling you all kinds of rubbish, but you just went along with it. Always.
Yeah, there was a guy that we played Rogue Trader. He didn't. I mean, you're probably right. He never used to have to open the book, and now I own that book. I'm like, no, you were making this up on the fly, mate.
Well, I don't remember scurrying through rule books like we do these days. When you're looking at, I wonder what happens, and everyone's sort of, we can do the book. So it's like, no, there was always somebody there when, what you do is you roll a D10 and you need to land it on its point size, and then that allows you to,
To be fair, we have one of those now. It's called Robin.
True. Very true. Yeah. True.
Someone left a comment. What was it? I can't remember what Robin. I'm sure he'll comment in the chat. And I can't remember what someone said to him in person, or it was written in the comments. It said, "I really love the battle reports. Martin makes the mistakes and you correct him," or something like that. There's something like that, or you're the one. You're the one reading the book, and it's like, well, yes, because I'm holding the camera. I can't remember what the comment was. You'll come up with it in a minute. It's like, hang on a second. No, it's
I can imagine Paul's
Carl. I don't know why. Sorry, I've just seen Carl's comment. I don't know why people get hung up on Thaco. It's really simple. Well, if you you've got a character from A Beautiful Mind, that's absolutely fine. You can absolutely get it. Some of us can't even do because some of us couldn't do it.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, I think a lot of us can relate to Paul here. So after his chat at CrackCon, he started a late Roman army for WAB. Mm-hmm. Very nostalgic, doing a list and making a start. After a while, I thought, when am I ever going to play this? And so it died a death. I can imagine that happens many, many, many times.
I've done the same with because I was talking about doing my Trojan Wars army. I pulled out the old Chariot Wars edition of Warhammer Ancient Battles and started to read through that, and then it sort of gently slipped off the table because I thought, no, it was great times, but do I really want to go through that again? Plus, it's individual figures. Oh no.
I have never been described once as bubbly, and I hope I never
am. So, Mori Heresy, remember trying to learn Challenger 2 micro armor rules when they came out? Nearly gave up wargaming before I'd really started.
Do you know, they were some of the seriously crunchiest rules you'll ever encounter in your entire life. They were amazing. Like somebody had tried their very best to make this as difficult as they possibly could as a rule set. It was just unbelievable. There you go. Apparently, Robin he's the miserable counterfoil to your bubbly personality. Martin.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah. No, we're both miserable. We get that bit out when we're doing the overhead shot or when the camera's not on.
And Steve's put, let's not even mention play by mail.
I loved play by mail. I'm sorry, I really did.
That doesn't surprise me. Why doesn't that surprise me?
I did RPD by raw mail in the early 2000s. I did a Resident Evil one, and it was bloody awful. I just didn't enjoy it at all.
I just hated it that the games masters used to cheat in it to make you spend more money. So you'd be winning and winning and winning, and then suddenly, some disaster would happen because they realised the other player was going to drop out if you didn't. Yeah. Or maybe that was just my devious mind, but anyway.
I think it's been good though. I think there's definitely a place in the hobby for nostalgia. I mean, if we don't all just stuck to modern stuff, and I just think for me it's really kicked off from last year with second edition 40k, and since then I've found I found all the rule books for Necromunda, so that's a possibility in the near future. I've got second edition 40k Space Crusade. It's just so, I don't know, just like I say,
there's a place in everyone's life for nostalgia apart from when it comes to DBA. Let's be very clear. Apart from that, it's fine.
Or is that just something that should be instantly forgotten?
Yeah, it's up there with SPQR. You just got to expunge it, everything. Just forget it.
Oh, wow. Right, let's have a look at what some folk have been painting. As always, there's a link to the Facebook group down below. We've noticed that we've had a few odd ones again recently. We've had a few
very peculiar ones I've been doing.
We've had a smattering of 3D sculptors trying to get in as well without answering any questions.
I was particularly enamored by the one who answered the question about what scale do you play, and you put 75 mil. That was interesting.
I have questions.
Yes. Refuse.
Yeah. So just there's a link to the Facebook group. Answer the 3 questions. Don't invite your friends. Get them to join directly because they don't get asked the questions, so we can't let them in. And again, if you post something and it hasn't appeared, it's going to be caught by the spam filter. Give one of us a shout and we'll release it. But yeah, so we do love seeing what people have been working on. So let's have a look what we've seen this week. Try to grab a good mixture of all bits and pieces.
We like a good mixture.
A good mixture of everything. Right. I like these. Again, speaking of nostalgia, so David has been working on some epic orcs. Oh, they take me back.
Wowza.
They really do. Just such detail for such small miniatures. I used to love the way that the orcs had massive command sections like that. They were really, really nice. Juris has been working on some medieval archers. So again, very Baron's Wary. Those plastics they're just lovely. They're just.
I like that he's added the little badge on them. That's cool.
Yes, that's a nice touch. Stuff. Yeah. I need to crack on with mine. I'm very, very close to finishing my Baron's War starter box, but yeah, like them. I like the base as well. So he's gone for like a snow kind of theme on those.
Oh yeah, hasn't he?
Yeah, you don't often see that. Don't often see that, but a really, really nice touch.
No, I like that. Nice.
James, we're working on some Vikings with specifically banners. They're lovely.
Yeah, very cool.
Wow, they're nice. Like them lots.
Very, very nice.
He's just posted up a picture of his Harold. It's a very cool mounted figure, which again you don't see very much of, so it's well worth checking out.
No, they're really nice.
Only in this hobby you can get away with saying he's just put up a picture of his Harold and get away with
it. Andrew's been working on some vampires for Blood Bowl. I love that big bat miniature. That is fantastic.
Oh my
That's cool.
I don't know who makes that, but I need to own it. It's brilliant. It's just
wow.
It's really cool. Yeah, that is really, really awesome. Kerry has been working on some French crossbows. Love the colours on those miniatures. So vivid.
Yeah,
bright.
They are lovely. Lovely pavese shields. Like a pavese.
There's loads more pictures. I just chose this one to get a complete group shot. But yeah, check out the Facebook group. There are more pictures of these. Kevin has been painting some Norse warriors for pillage.
Awesome.
Oh, good. Yeah.
I like the guy with the yellow hat. That's very cool.
Yes.
I like that.
He's got stripy trousers as well.
Well, I was about to say, he's very brave because an archer is going to make a beeline for that. But yeah, it looks awesome. Awesome.
I do enjoy putting Victrix figures together. The Vikings and the Dark Age ones. So many cool combinations. But yeah, they're really, really nice. What's up next? So, Martin, you mentioned you were playing Guards of Traitor's Toll. Mark was playing it as well as his first game. Look at that.
Yeah, I saw it. Yeah, it's cool.
That's lovely.
Very cool. You could quite easily have a mega game of this because of the way it works. You could just have 3 tables, for example, at CrackCon, all playing it next to each other, just with all loads and loads of that scenery. It will just look like a massive town.
Yeah.
With loads of stuff, a city going on. And the way it would interact could be quite fun if you could move from table to table quite easily. It'd be quite a laugh. Insane, but yeah.
That'd be pretty cool, actually. Bit of old world. So Matty's been working on his Midland General. Look at that.
Oh, crikey.
Wow. Bloody hell.
Wow.
That's rather striking.
Yeah, he did his knights the other week, and they look. This guy looks. Is that teal? I don't want to get my teal and my peacock mixed up.
What do you mean? You don't want to be dragged over the coals about the history of the colour teal.
Are you? I can't tell you serious. Do you remember that comment?
Yes.
Thank you. Yes. Jesus Christ. Oh my God. If someone told me, oh God.
Yeah, it doesn't exist. Doesn't exist.
It was invented by British Airways or whatever they said.
Now, I saw these and I instantly thought of Dom's Games of Congo. Got some
those are bang on. Oh, they're fantastic.
These are so cool.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant.
I just love fun miniatures like that.
I just love the lady on the extreme right of the line.
Yeah.
Just brilliant.
You wouldn't mess around with her, would you?
You wouldn't. Absolutely wouldn't.
I just think they're fantastic. Again, more Baron's War. So Paul's been working on some more foot sergeants.
Cool. Very cool.
Very nice. They're lovely. Again, it's really cool seeing what people are doing with the Baron's War range. Really, really nice. Silas was playing a game of All Quiet on the Martian Front.
Hey.
Yeah. Oh, nice. Cool.
I just love that you got these nice normal buildings and trees, and then you've got whacking great tanks and alien tripod thingy doodles advancing.
Thingy doodles.
Thingy doodle. I like the way.
But again,
that's just reminded me, right? So sorry, just coming in. So my youngest daughter, she drew a picture of a ladybird, and then she drew the little antennae coming out. And she kind of drew them sparkly. And I said, "Oh, what are those?" Because they're called she calls them diggly boppers.
But yes, with that game there. So again, Silas posted quite a few pictures. Go and check it out. It's brilliant. And last but not least is Stephen, who's been painting some of the rather excellent bloody miniatures. Look at those.
Oh yes,
very nice indeed.
I've still not treated myself to some of these, and I really
should. Got to.
I really need to. Every time a new release comes out, I'm like, I don't need them for anything. I'm not going to use 28mm ECW figures, but
Well,
damn it,
there will be a ECW Ruckus version at some
right,
in a not too distant future. So that would probably, especially if you have like the Witchfinder running around. So yeah, that'll be out at some point. I'm sure.
Oh, brilliant. So yeah, big thank you to everyone who's been posting up in the group. As always, just keep posting. Great source of inspiration for everybody. And it does lead to a bit of open wallet surgery for others. Don't blame us. It's people just posting their cool looking miniatures. Yeah. Right. So we're officially in overtime. So I think we'll put up the menu for the rest of the month. So next week on the 16th, we're over on Dom's channel for hobby inspiration.
I won't be here. I have a note from Haley because we'll be in Newcastle, so I'll be up there trying to fit in, which will be interesting.
You taking any coats with you?
I take many. Just with all of my in-laws up north. No, I do like it up there. I will be going to a lot of Roman forts, though. Yeah. It's gonna be fun, but yeah, I won't be here next week. So sorry.
But we are back on the 23rd on Martin's channel for History to Hobby.
Yeah, assuming I make it back. From Newcastle, we'll be back. And I guess we won't be here. Essentially, what we're gonna do, got some homework for these guys. What we're gonna do is look through history and pick someone that hopefully no one's heard of. Like it could be someone quite obscure that maybe you could build a little project around. So it could be anything, could be skirmish, could be, core size, battles if you want, and share it. And I want people to kind of come up with something as well. But, someone relatively unknown. So I don't mean like, Ney or Lee or someone like that. Alexander, like, is there some medieval like Eastern European here, you could build like an army around, or is there something from the War of the Triple Alliance that you could build someone around, so we're each going to go away and come up with something and see what people come up with as well. Someone you could build a little project around. Thought that could be a bit of a laugh.
Cool. Homework again, Dom. We've got homework.
Oh my goodness, there'll be no homework for mine. We just talk bullshit. It's fine.
He gave us homework last time.
Yeah, he did. Actually, it was Dom. You gave us homework.
It actually is true. I did. You're right.
Big thanks to everyone that joined us tonight. Thanks to everyone that's watching on the catch-up. Always appreciate it. Links down below. Share the love. Like, share, subscribe. Links to channels. Don't forget we are sponsored by Boards and Swords Hobbies. Used to cut Marty. I was shilling so hard then. Use the code PCP5 when you're checking out at the web store to get an additional 5% off your already discounted order. That's us. We will be back in 7 days' time on Dom's channel. So enjoy your hobby week. Take care, and we'll see you all next week.
See you soon.
Bye.
See you later. Bye bye.